Let me tell you something. I see a lot of people tagging me with this Cardi B shit, right? But I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna explain something to you. Leave Cardi B alone, and the reason I tell you that is, in a lot of circumstances, that's what comes with that lifestyle. She never hid that. We all know that. Fortunately, I'm from Miami, and I understand that. My circumstances and my incidents, well, I did lose a 7-figure deal with Reebok, and I took that to the chin, and I have no love lost for Reebok. You understand? Because I needed to understand I was a king. You understand? And they right. I didn't need to promote that. The parties I attended at the time, where I'm from, that was the lifestyle. You dig? And when you look at the reaction when we performed on that record, that was the most popular line to a lot of motherfuckers, and that's who I wrote that for. I wrote that for motherfuckers who live that lifestyle. That's who I wrote that record for. And I wrote that record speaking for the motherfuckers who living that lifestyle and partying that way. And me being a king, I did not need to promote that amongst my beautiful queens. And I took that to the chin. No love lost, me being a boss. So like I say, leave Cardi B alone. Because we don't need to persecute her for her past. We need to be leaders and lead by example. And regardless of what you did in the past, if you stole a car in the past, that don't mean you shouldn't be able to get money in the future. As long as you change your ways, and we all know Cardi B focused on the money now, and she is a leader. And that's how I feel. You dig? So let's move forward. Stop digging up 3-year-old shit. Let's move forward. Let's focus on all the legendary shit she doing now and all the examples she leading for any female that ever been challenged or made any decisions that a motherfucking would question. It ain't the end of your life, baby. And whatever you did in your past, we shouldn't persecute you for that. If you fuck up now, we gonna motherfucking, but we can't dig nothing up and hate like that. And that's coming from the boss. 100. And that's what life is about. You dig? That's for her. Life is about hurricanes. If you think you're gonna build you a nice glass house and that wind ain't gonna blow, you got the game fucked up. I'm being that motherfucker with a whole family and kids sitting around the fireplace with your marshmallows and ain't ready for motherfucking storms because they gonna come. And that's what life is built on. But it's how you motherfucking sustain. It's how you overcome them. You dig? Not only do you survive them, do you come out on the block and help motherfuckers.
Father God. You just heard that disastrous video. First of all, the Negro slang, he could barely breathe. She should be held responsible. It's like, did she get you under the drugs too? Because you sound like you're about to stroke out. And it's just disgusting to me how people are just giving her passes as if somebody's past cannot affect someone else's present. What if you threw acid on somebody? Are they just supposed to say, oh, well, I did that in the past to you. Yeah, your face is scarred up, but just get over it. Yeah, I shot you in your effing kneecap and you're paralyzed, but get over it. Child, you already know I'm about to go in, so let me just be professional and do my little intro, okay? You already saw the video, so if you want to hear my commentary, please stay tuned for the rest of this video. Go to ashkickin.com, use Paris Milan at checkout for 15% off to get all of your personal hygiene related needs. Please go and support Soulfully Scented. They are a Black-owned hair care store that uses natural products. Go pick up your hair care products today at soulfullyscentedlv.com. This has become so pathetic with some of our Black men that every time a white woman or one of these mixed mestizo type Latinas come out with their little tears, dun, 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 this oversized ashy blubber whale to the rescue. And you know what? It would be different if this was her husband. But you see a Black man coming out to her defense when these women never come out to their defense. Mind you, the first thing that some of these men will tell us is that, well, Black women do not deserve our protection unless they're our wives or our girlfriends. Yet these women are not even giving y'all any play and you run to cape for them each and every time. I'm sure you all have saw the hashtag surviving Cardi B all over YouTube, all over Twitter, all over Instagram. Everybody is rightfully ripping into this trash thought because Cardi B has been so problematic. Now, it is sad that Cardi B has been disrespecting Black women for so freaking long now and nobody gave a F, nobody bat an eye. People just ignored it. It's like, well, she's down, so let her just say whatever she wants. Let her continue to disrespect Black women. But once people found out that she admitted that she was drugging Black men, robbing them, and she also made a very disturbing video where she said that if a man is a cheat, she's gonna drug him up up too and make him think that they're having a threesome with a woman, but it's actually a transgender. And that implies that you would be okay with a man in essence being raped since he is under the influence and not able to give consent to engaging in a sexual act with a person that is not a biological woman. And because she admitted that she was doing that to black men, now everybody is coming out and it's like, yeah, let's cancel her, but y'all weren't trying to do that when she was calling black women roaches and talking about their dead babies being monkeys and throwing shoes at them and lying on black makeup artists saying that they came to the set late and drugged up and all these other horrific things. Nobody cares, but she did something to black men, everybody's jumping on her. And Rick Ross is feeling guilty because he said some problematic crap in a line before UOE&O, and in the rap he said, put Molly all in her champagne, she ain't even know it. I took her home and I enjoyed that, she ain't even know it. And of course everybody was side-eyeing him because that's like you're basically saying that you roofied somebody and you drugged them up in order to take advantage of them sexually. That's some like rape crap. Because he said that, he had some endorsement deal with Reebok, and Reebok cut all effing ties with him because they couldn't be associated with no Google and eye rape fetish having dusty Negro. And he said in the video that I just showed you guys that he reflected and he needed to understand that he was a king, and you're not a king. They knew you were an effing street rat. They knew that you were a scuttle bucket dust bunny, so they don't want to be associated with that. That's why they don't see no value in you, which is why they were able to dispose of you and they've moved on. These women don't have to ask these men for protection, and somehow our black men always want to talk about, you know, white supremacy is why we can't protect you, but yet let one of these women say something that's out of line, out of pocket about your own people, and you all of a sudden muster up the strength to find all of this protection that you couldn't find for your own women, but you could find for her. And also notice that when that black woman in Dallas got beat up by that racist white supremacist, you didn't hear Rick Ross come out at all. You didn't hear Daniel Caesar come out at all. You didn't hear Murda Mook come out at all. All these men who have a history of supporting and defending white women, you don't hear these men make a peep. You didn't even see them speak about the 78-year-old woman that got beat up by the black man on the subway. Now, unfortunately, you have some black men now who are trying to flip the narrative and say, oh, well, that black man doesn't represent us because he's Hispanic. There's a such thing as a black Hispanic. There's white Hispanics. He's black. But unfortunately, that's what some of us have to deal with, is that some of our men are just perpetual victims. They never want to take accountability for us not having a strong economic base, for us not having financial autonomy. Some of them don't want to take responsibility for that and acknowledge that you guys running off other races and always finding a way to support and provide for these other races is why our community is always disenfranchised. And when something happens to one of y'all, you guys want us to rally around and support you guys. And notice, again, with black women, did you see Rick Ross come to the defense of Jess Hilarious? Did you see Rick Ross come to the defense of Monique? Did you see Rick Ross come to the defense of Chrisette Michelle? Now, if I'm wrong, you can comment below and say, yeah, he did come to their defense, but from what I remember, I didn't hear him make a peep. But again, it just shows you that when these men need to stop being so effeminized, weakened, and emasculated, they can do it for these other races of women. But when it comes to us, they all of a sudden can't do it. They're feeble-minded. They can't think straight. They need our support for everything. They need us to be down. And it's just funny how they can all try to say, well, she needs to have a pass. They're not affording that to black women. They want to hold us back for welfare reform and black men being kicked out of the home in exchange for a welfare check and blaming us for feminism. Majority of us were not even freaking around for the feminist movement, the first wave, but they hold us responsible for all of the stuff that happened in the past. But let it be a white woman or a mixed race that said something that was problematic and detrimental to you as a black person, and oh my god, this forgiveness just comes out of the freaking woodwork, and these women didn't even ask for forgiveness. I mean, even look at some of these black men who have been accused with these sexual crimes. When you look at Bill Cosby, the stuff that they were accusing him of doing was 30 plus years ago, and the most recent they said was about 2004, so that's about 15 years ago. Nobody is saying with this Me Too movement that it was in the past that he did it, he changed. And my thing is, if we want to take that mindset that everybody has a past, everybody could change, then what is the point of jail? Let everybody out of jail for all the crimes that they committed in the past and let them roam the streets so that they can F you and your super behind up. With Cardi B, if you notice, she did not give an apology. She just gave a deflective response on why she said what she said. She basically deflected with men like Rick Ross and said, these good for nothing Negroes are out here on these rap songs though, talking about guns and thug culture and all this other crap, and threw y'all under the bus, yet you come out in defense of her. That's the freaking irony of it all, that these women look to y'all to be the effing scapegoats because they don't want to be held accountable for anything, yet y'all still come out like a frog-eyed, chitlin neck smelling, musty mouth, trout mouth, sewer rat, as she need club-sized roasted looking whale coming out in defense of this possum-faced hood rat. So what Black women need to do is start setting standards for these Black entertainers. Sadly enough, they tend to represent a certain mindset that does exist within the Black community, and these people have the wealth and platforms to influence a certain demographic. So what I mean by that is Black women need to stop just jumping to the defense and supporting these men because they have money, because oftentimes they are responsible for why your image is portrayed in the media a certain way. As Black women, we do have to take accountability for uplifting these men that have made millions off of promoting misogyny, colorism, having music that condones rape and sexual violence against Black women. Too many of us support rappers like this. Soon as the song come on, the first thing that we doing, got the hands on the knees, and you backing and you dipping and you twerking and you splitting all on their music when they're talking about getting you shot up, or talking about that you too dark, and talking about how ratchet you are. He can't stand that dumb B, and he cheating on that B, and he got a baby over here. That's what we have allowed some of these men to get away with, is disrespecting us. And then it's like we're shocked that they have these views towards us. They just view you as obsolete, and a lot of that has to do with what we have tolerated. We have to start being conditional with who we support. We can't just jump the gun anymore and support these men because they're Black, because they're suffering, because they need help. We need to start looking into their backgrounds. Do their message support the collective of Black women? Have their initiatives supported Black women? Are they constantly in the media caping for other races of women? If they are not showing Black women that they support us and that they are loyal towards us, then we just need to not support their music. And so I'm glad that Rick Ross has showed us that we need to cancel him also, alongside Cardi B. And I'm glad he's also showed the public that he's gonna support this woman that supports people being drugged, robbed, and if these men cheat on her, she's gonna get somebody to basically rape them since they are not able to give consent. And I hope that this only opens up a can of worms for him to be hit with a Me Too as well. So thank you for bringing light to your situation again, Rick Ross, because I'm sure there are some white women that would love to come out and discuss how they've had some experience with you and tell everybody how much of a predator that you are. I mean, because you made other problematic comments that you don't want to sign any women to your record label because you feel like you need to F them. So I'm sure it's going to be some woman that comes along and say that he pressured her and she didn't have any choice. And guess what? Let's hope the Cardi B comes out to defend you, because I guarantee that she won't. So anyways, you guys, let me know what you feel about Rick Ross caping for Cardi B. Please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Bye!